Hi, I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga, and here's a look at what you can expect from the markets today, Tuesday, December 10th. Dallas Federal Reserve President James Bullard said that the U.S. Central Bank could start to taper its bond buying program at its December meeting next week after Friday's U.S. labor data showed a marked improvement. Although general consensus is that the Fed will wait until March to begin tapering, some analysts have begun to warm to the idea of a December or January taper. The computer security firm FireEye has said it found evidence of Chinese hackers spying on the communications from 5 European nations ahead of September's G20 summit. No evidence has been found which links the hackers to the Chinese government. On Monday, Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych called for talks between the government and the opposition in an effort to de-escalate the growing tension. However, the opposition refused, saying they will not be willing to meet for talks until Yanukovych's government has been dismissed and the police officers responsible for beating student protesters have been punished. Cisco announced that it's planning to acquire U.S. Foods for $3.5 billion. The deal will unite two of the largest food distribution companies, which together garner 27% of the market share. On Monday, Eurozone finance ministers met to discuss the details of the Eurozone's banking union, specifically a resolution mechanism for failing banks. The ministers discussed a system under which failing banks could be partially financed by banks from other EU countries. However, in order to move forward with this idea, Eurozone nations will have to sign a new treaty. Asian markets were moderately lower on Tuesday. The Japanese Nikkei lost 0.25%, and the South Korean Kospi was down by 0.35%. The Hang Seng Index lost 0.19%, but China's Shenzhen Composite was up by 0.11%. European markets continued on a high note. The UK's FTSE was up by 0.11%, and the Eurozone Stock 600 gained 0.29%. The German DAX was also higher, up 0.25%. In commodity markets, energy futures were higher, with Brent futures up 0.31% and WTI futures up 0.40%. Gold gained 0.83% and silver was up by 1.19%. Industrial metals were up across the board, with aluminum posting the largest gains, up 0.79%. In currency markets, the euro gained 0.09% against the dollar and the pound was up 0.08% against the greenback. The dollar lost 0.16% to the yen but gained 0.31% to the Australian dollar. Tuesday's economic calendar will be dominated by European releases, including Italian GDP and industrial production, French industrial production, British trade balance data, and British manufacturing and industrial production. And that's it for today's Market Primer. I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga. Good luck on your Tuesday trades.